Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Early Bird Betting Show here, presented by the Coda Sports Gambling Network. And, of course, I am Coda Capper Pace on Twitter. You can find me there, and you can follow the network at Coda Cappers. And alongside me, like every single day, is, of course, Comdog on Twitter with two M's, Komm, and then, of course, the dog. So, Kyle, how are we doing this morning? Thursday, May 27th.
Doing all right. Didn't do too hot yesterday with my bets, but I am ready to try and run it back here a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
That's what we like to hear. So I was an Indians win away, I should say, from a nice 5-way parlay at just over plus 3,000. So they cost me. I put half unit on it to win 15, and they just needed 2 runs, and they scored 0. They lost to the Tigers 1-0, and we knew it couldn't last forever, the Windians. So we'll blame that on B-Russ.
Yeah, we had a nice little run there of all of us being confident in that, and it just didn't pan out for us. But you know what? It's all right. That was a good run.
Yeah, it's a new day. So another good slate of games here. Obviously, the NHL, the NBA, a couple NBA games, and a big slate of MLB too, with 2 games were postponed yesterday. So some double headers here today. But Kyle, let's just start in the NBA here. Of course, last night we saw the 76ers take care of the Wizards 120-95 to take that 2-0 series lead, and they get that -8 cover there. And unfortunately, the over did not hit, but they get the nice cover there. And then the Knicks clawed back. They were down to the Hawks and played well in that second half. Outscored the Hawks 32-18 in the third to take that 101-92 lead. And that series is all knotted up at 1 apiece. And then Donovan Mitchell comes back and gets the Jazz a win, 141-129 over Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. That series now tied 2-2. So some good NBA action there last night. Kyle, did you catch any of those games last night?
I didn't, no, but I will say that Knicks and Hawks game, me and DJ talked about it on Gambling Feud. That's gonna be a fun series to watch. So
yeah, absolutely. Julius Randle, obviously Trae Young, just a couple good guys going back and forth, and it's funny too. We were watching last night, and obviously the Knicks have the old Timberwolves coach, the old Bulls coach, Tom Thibodeau, and he's got, of course, Derrick Rose, an old Chicago Bull, and then Taj Gibson too. The dude just continues to play. Doesn't matter how old he gets, and he's still getting offensive rebounds. Kind of that gritty player. So kind of an old Bull squad there. They just need Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, bring those boys back.
Kirk Heinrich, former Sioux City, Iowa native Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah, exactly. So get the band back together. Maybe next season. But good to see the Knicks win. Like I've been saying it to you and to B-Russ and everybody else at the network. The world's a better place when the Knicks are good at basketball. So hopefully they can come out with that first series win there. But Kyle, today we have 3 games in the NBA starting at 6:30 Central Time. We have the Bucks going down to South Beach, Miami, and looking to go up 3-0. The Bucks -1.5 on the road. The over/under 226.5. Of course, we have the Suns at the Lakers. That's knotted up at 1 apiece. The Lakers -7 at home. The over/under is at 210.5. And then in the late game here, we have the Nuggets at the Blazers. That game, of course, series tied 1 apiece. The Trailblazers at home -4. The over/under there is 227.5. So, Kyle, out of those 3 games, what do you like here today?
Looking at this Bucks Heat game, the Heat, in my opinion, are pretty much dead. They're kind of dead in the water, in my opinion. So I'm going to take Bucks -1.5 here. I think they'll cover that and take a 3-0 lead. I know Miami's hosting, but when a team's already dead, home court advantage really doesn't matter, in my opinion. So I like that. In the Suns-Lakers game, the first 2 games of this series has been a major, major defensive battle. I think just in the series at one point, you got to have a lot of points, in my opinion. And I think it's going to happen tonight. So I like the over of 210.5 in this game.
Okay.
For that one. And then the Nuggets against Trailblazers game, I'm going to go the Nuggets +4 here. I think they showed what they can do at home last game in game 2. And I think they can keep that momentum going in game 3. So I'm going to take Nuggets +4 here.
Okay, sounds good. I am with you on one of those picks there. I do like the over in that Suns-Lakers contest. The over is 5-0 in the Suns' last 5 road games versus a team with a winning record. And the Lakers, the over is 7-2-2 in the Lakers' last 11 versus a team with a winning straight-up record as well. So I think the over, it's got to hit one of these games, right? So I think it can hit here this evening. In the Bucks Heat game, Yeah, I do agree that the Bucks are winning this series 4-1. I'm gonna say. I think the Heat get this one. I'm gonna take them at home. The Heat are 4-0-1 ATS in their last 5, following an ATS loss, and the Bucks just 2-5 following a straight up win. So I like the Heat here at home. Jimmy Butler has to play well this game, or else this is gonna be an easy sweep for the Milwaukee Bucks. And in this Nuggets Portland game, the Blazers 4-0 in their last 4 ATS, following an ATS loss, while the Nuggets are 2-5 in their last 7 following an ATS win. So I'm going to take Portland here at home, -4. I think this is going to keep going back and forth. Blazers are going to win tonight. Nuggets will win the next night and just kind of keep going back and forth. I think this is definitely a 7-game series, but I think the Blazers get it done here tonight. So there's our plays in the NBA. Kyle, out of those 3 games, which one kind of you paying the most attention to here tonight?
I really like that Suns-Lakers game. I think that game, I believe Chris Paul is back tonight. So I think that'll be good for the Suns to see and stuff like that. And just these two teams battle, man. Yeah. It's just it's fun to watch, and sometimes you just don't see that in NBA games. These two teams just love to battle. Like the Lakers are starting to realize, like, hey, we won the championship last year. We got something to prove. But the Suns are like, we're a 2 seed for a reason. We haven't been a 2 seed in a long time. Yep. We got something to prove ourselves. So both teams have something to prove here. So I really think that game is going to be back and forth, just exciting to watch, really energetic. Maybe a fight will happen. Who knows?
We can only hope. That makes basketball a little more interesting. So, Chris Paul is back. We'll see if he's 100% healthy or not. Obviously, in Game 2, he was not 100%. He played 25 minutes, only scored less than 5 points. I think he had 4 points, so it really wasn't a factor there as Cameron Payne kind of took over the point guard duty. So we'll see how Chris Paul does tonight, because they're going to need him, or the Suns are going to go down 2-1 here and looking down the barrel versus the defending champions. So there we go. There's our plays in the NBA. Of course, if you want to find our best bets, you can follow Kyle at Comdog. There we go.
Comdog,
yeah.
Yep.
One time a show, I always mess up. So you can find him on Twitter, of course, and myself at Coda Capper Paste, and the network too at Coda Cappers to find all of our best bets for today here, May 27th. Again, comment, like, subscribe, share your best bets in the chat. Shout out to the people watching here on YouTube and Facebook as well. So Kyle, we'll go to the NHL. Just a quick recap from last night. The Islanders, they got it done. I was on the Penguins last night, but the Islanders send the Pittsburgh Penguins, the number 1 seed, home, packing 4-2 series lead there, and 5-3 last night. So big win for the Islanders there at home. The Tampa Bay Lightning got it done against the Panthers 4-0, and that series is now over as the Lightning advance to the second round. And then the Minnesota Wild, tie it up 3-3. The away teams were 4-1, I think, in this series, or 5-1 in this series, and the Wild make that 5-2. So as they head to Game 7 here, that should be a fun Game 7. But the Wild get it done 3-0. So tonight, Kyle, we do have, of course, 2 games in the NHL. As I pull up the lines real quick here. If my computer loads, maybe it won't. But there we go. All right, so here we go. We got 2 games here this evening. We have the Montreal Canadiens taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs trying to close out this series. They lead it 3-1. We have Toronto -240 on that money line there. Over-under is at 5.5. And then at 8:30 Central Time, the Hurricanes trying to end the series as well. They're up 3-2 on the road against the Nashville Predators. Carolina -140. The over-under here, Kyle, is 5.5. So out of those 2 games, what do you like here?
I think the Maple Leafs ended tonight. I think they've just been playing really, really well against this Canadiens team. My money line for that game was at 240 on my William Hill Sportsbook. It just moved to -215. Okay. So I think a lot of people are starting to bet on the Canadiens here. I think the Maple Leafs cover, but I'm not drinking that much juice. I'm going to take them puck line. I know puck line hasn't worked out in this series for anybody, really. It's been like a 1-goal game for most of the part, but I like them puck line here. And this Hurricanes Predators game, Predators are good at home, man.
Yeah.
So I just think they force a Game 7 back to Carolina. So I think the Predators are going to win tonight, plus money. I think that's a value move for sure. So those are my 2 plays for those games.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think Kyle and I agree on both these. So I am also going to take the Maple Leafs puck line. The Canadiens have scored 4 goals in 4 games here in their last 4 games. The favorite between these two teams in the last 35 meetings is 26-9, and the home team is 5-1 in their last 6 meetings. So a lot of juice with the Maple Leafs, so that's why I'm going to take them puck line here, and hopefully for a 2-0, 3-0, 3-1 victory, and cash out that bet there. And then this Hurricanes-Predators game, Kyle kind of hit it on the head there. The Predators 4-0 in their last 4 games as a home underdog. Hurricanes 0-4 as a road favorite. So I'm going to take my chances here, like Kyle said, a little value bet there, and take Nashville on the. I'm going to take them money line here and see if they can get us a nice payout here and extend the series 3-3. So you always hope for extra hockey, Kyle.
Yes, absolutely, and that series has been fun to watch, man.
Yeah, it has. Back and forth, just fun hockey.
Yes, absolutely.
So there we go. There's our 2 plays there in the NHL. Again, a couple good games there. Somebody could be going home here tonight. And we're hoping that it is not the Nashville Predators to extend that to a Game 7 series. So there we go. Kyle, 15 MLB games here today. Of course, we had a couple postponements yesterday. The Yankees, Blue Jays got postponed, and the Rockies and Mets got postponed as well. So we're going to have and then there was a game suspended too due to rain. The Nationals and Reds, that will resume here at 2:05 Eastern Time on May 27th. So start early in the morning, 11:10. Get your morning coffee, get your brunch, and you can see the first game of the doubleheader here as the Rockies take on the Mets with Marcus Stroman. Supposed to go yesterday. He'll be going today. The Mets -130. The over-under is at 5. I believe yesterday it was at 6, so this even dropped 1 point here as it is at 5. Then you have 11:10 as well. You have the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. The Marlins -140. Over-under is at 7. Then you have Kyle's squad and Kyle Hendricks, the Cubs, taking on the Pirates. The Cubs -140, over-under 7.5. And then at 12:10 here, we'll go 2 games here. The Indians and Shane Bieber taking on the Detroit Tigers. The Indians -177. The over-under is at 7. Then you have the Padres. They played late last night. They're playing a little earlier today. The Padres and Ryan Weathers taking on the Brewers. The Padres -115 on the road. The over-under is at 8. So, Kyle, out of those 5 games there, what do you like here?
First of all, looking at this Phillies Marlins game, this is one that really caught my eye and is on my is on my card for the Gambling Feud Network. I like the Phillies -0.5 first 5. I think, or not the Marlins. Excuse me.
Okay.
The Marlins -0.5 first 5. I think Spencer Howard is on the mound for them tonight. He's 0-1 with a 7.36 ERA. I just think he's going to struggle this first few innings. And I think the Marlins, although Pablo Lopez hasn't had a good record, has a 2.73 ERA. So I think he'll hold them down pretty decent. I think the Marlins will score quite a bit on the Phillies. So I like the Phillies the Marlins -0.5 first 5. And then I like going to surprise everybody. I like the Cubs money line here against the Pirates. I think Kyle Hendricks will pull one out tonight and get the win for them. And I know it lost yesterday, Pace, but I'm going to do it again. I like the Indians against the Tigers money line here. I think Shane Bieber is set to have a really, really good game against this pretty bad Tigers lineup. So I like Indians money line here as well.
All right. I like it. I'm also on the Indians. I'm going to take them the run line too. I think Bieber can get this done. I think this can be a big win. A nice little bounce back win. They scored 0 runs yesterday. I think they can put up some wins here on the road against the Tigers. So I'm going to take them the run line there. And then the other game I like here, I like the Padres and Brewers. I'm a big fan of this Ryan Weathers kid. He's 2-1 on the season, a 1.48 ERA. Facing off against the Brewers pitcher Adrian Hauser. Hauser 3-5, a 4.53 ERA. And I can get some, I thought the Padres would maybe be favored by a little more. I can get them -115 money line, so I like them. The Brewers 4-10 in their last 14 games following a loss, while the Padres, who obviously won last night in extra innings, 9-1 in their last 10 games following a win. So I'm going to back Ryan Weathers here and take the Padres, and of course the Indians on that run line. So those are my 2 games here in the early slate. As we look to the afternoon here, Kyle, man, Thursdays are good. You have when you get games postponed, obviously you're going to have more early games, but we even have some early afternoon games here with the Royals taking on the Rays at 2:10 Central, and Shane McClanahan going for the Rays. The Rays -177 at home. The over-under is at 7.5. And then we have at 2:10 the second game of the doubleheader for the Rockies and Mets. No line here, but you do have the pitchers going, so I'm assuming the line will come out here very quickly. Then you have the Blue Jays and Yankees. That'll be the doubleheader of the first game there. Then you will have the Reds at the Nationals. And, of course, then the Blue Jays and Yankees, that second game there. And you'll have at 7:10 the Orioles versus the White Sox. The White Sox minus 216. The over-under is at 8.5. So, Kyle, out of those, 6 games there, what do you like here?
I really, really, really like the Rays here. I like them. I'm going to actually take them run line. The reason for that is the Shane McClanahan, I think his name is.
Something like that.
He's a rookie this year, but he's actually the hardest throwing lefty in the major leagues. He's averaging 97 miles per hour on his fastball as a lefty. So I think that's going to surprise some teams. And I'm not a big fan of this Royals batting lineup against a lefty throwing heat. So I really like the Rays run line here. And then this Orioles White Sox game, I'm going to bet the under. It's going to sound crazy, but I just think that neither of these teams have been hitting very well as of lately. So I like the under in this White Sox Orioles game.
All right, I like it. I have a play here in the doubleheader of the Rockies and Mets game. It looks like the line just came out here. The Mets and I'm going to butcher his name, Joey Lucia. He's minus 125, and for the Rockies, you have Antonio Senzatella, and they're plus 105. The over-under is at 5.5. Again, another low over-under in this doubleheader of the Rockies and Mets game. And for this game, I'm gonna roll with the over here. These two pitchers have struggled. Senzatella 1-4, a 5.01 ERA, and the Mets' pitcher 1-3 with a 7.32 ERA. So at some point, this has to hit the over, right? Their first two games have hit the under. They've hit under 6 and under 6.5. So I'm gonna roll here, take the over with some two pitchers who have struggled mightily early in the season. And then in my second one for this game here, I like the I'm going to take the Orioles. Money line might surprise some people. You can get them at plus 210, depending where you're looking. But Chicago was shut out yesterday, but should rebound nicely here. But in fact, the White Sox have won 25 of the last 28 against lefties. But I just think the Orioles can get it done here. So I'm going to roll with the Orioles, and that might be my dog of the day pick as well. So take the Orioles over the White Sox there. So, all right. So we have a couple more games here tonight, Kyle, as we go with the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Oakland Athletics. Of course, the Athletics favored here, minus 153, and the over-under is at 7.5. Then you have the Cardinals and Carlos Martinez taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks and Matt Peacock. The Diamondbacks favored here at home, minus 111. The over-under is at 9.5. And then you have the Giants at the Dodgers here as I pull up the line. Let's see if I can find it here. And
I don't have a line on my book.
I don't either. Okay. Well, we have the Giants and Alex Wood going. For the Dodgers, they have yet to name a pitcher. That's most likely why. And then the late game here, the Texas Rangers taking on the Seattle Mariners. The over-under is 8.5, and my line is both teams right at even money there. So, Kyle, out of those 4 games here, what do you like there?
I've been riding with the Athletics quite a bit, but it's really, really hard for me to bet against Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
So Shohei Ohtani's on the mound tonight. And with the Angels plus money, I think that's a very, very big value move there. So I like the Angels and Ohtani winning tonight. And then the last game I got in this is I like the Cardinals against the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks is kind of them and the Pirates and the Tigers are 3 teams I like to bet against. So I think the Cardinals will have a really good day against Matt Peacock tonight. So I like the Cardinals money line here.
All right. I love those 2 picks. I'm also on the Angels here. Again, the Angels 2-8 in their last 10 meetings in Oakland. Something has to change with Ohtani on the mound plus money. I think it's a no-brainer there to hammer that line and take the Angels there money line. So also my other pick in the MLB is the late game here, the Rangers at the Mariners. I like the Mariners under 4 runs here, Kyle. The last 5 games for Seattle, 3 runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 2 runs, and 4 runs. So I'm banking on them scoring under 4 runs here. The Rangers pitcher has just 1 start, but Seattle ranks 29th in hits this season. So I think under 4 is a nice play there in this contest. So there we go. There's our MLB plays here for May 27th.
Yeah, it's a great slate of baseball today. And like I say every show, we got NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. and a great slate of MLB games. You got to get to a window or get on your phone and place some bets. It's a great time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wise words there from Kyle, as he says every single day, so you got to love it. Kyle, before we wrap up the show here, there is one WNBA game, and for the first time all week, I think, we have a line here. As the Dallas Wings, I believe, are -1 at the Atlanta Dream. Kyle, just what do you kind of like here? I believe the over-under is at 166.
I always bet against the Dallas Wings. Like I said, they did my girl Megan Gustafson wrong, so they drafted her, got rid of her, re-signed her, got rid of her. So I'm always betting against Dallas. So I like the Dream here. I also like the under in that game as well. So those would be my 2 plays for that game.
All right. Sounds good. The Wings having a pretty decent season so far. Got a lot of young talent, but well coached. I'm going to take the Wings here, and I'm going to take them -1. I'll also probably sprinkle on the money line just because the Wings are 9-2 in their last 11 games following an ATS loss, while the Dream are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games as a home underdog. So I'm going to go with the Wings here. Made some money with them early in the WNBA season and hopefully get back on track with my WNBA picks here. I took the Aces last night, -6, and ended up pushing with the Connecticut Sun. So, hey, it's not a win, but it's also not a loss. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Right, exactly.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle, anything else before we wrap up? You won't see Kyle tomorrow, but we'll see him on Monday. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep. Nope. It's been fun so far. Hopefully you can keep this thing rolling, but listening to Pace and B-Russ tomorrow, and we'll have a weekend.
Absolutely. So again, comment, like, share, all that jazz. We appreciate all the support. And you can follow myself on Twitter at CodeCapperPace. Of course, you can follow Kyle at CombDog on Twitter. That is 2 M's and D-O-G, K-O-M-M-D-O-G. And of course, follow the network at CodeCappers. And Kyle and his cousin also have the podcast, the Gambling Feud podcast. It comes out every Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that Wednesday morning of next week. So Kyle, again, thank you again. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And we'll be back here tomorrow, Facebook and YouTube live at 9 a.m.
Let's hit some bets.